Так, ну мы традиционно пожелаем удачи совместному расчету, нам и замолкаем.
Stage 1 tanks pressing for flight.
One, zero, ignition, liftoff.
And we've had successful liftoff of the Falcon 9 rocket as we see all 9 of those first stage Merlin engines glowing beautifully, carrying Telstar 19 Vantage to geostationary transfer orbit. Now upon ascent we go through max Q as our first milestone, and again that's the maximum aerodynamic pressure. It's an important milestone because it means that from that moment on we're going through thinner and thinner atmosphere and less stress.
Vehicle has reached maximum aerodynamic pressure.
And we've got that confirmation on the nets that we have gone through max Q. So again, less and less stress on the vehicle as we go up and up from here on out.
Attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain, allumage des 2 EAP et décollage VA244. La propulsion est nominale. Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
Seconds.
Falcon 9 is configured for flight.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Lift off the Falcon 9.
got range. Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Avionics power and telemetry nominal.
T plus 48 seconds after liftoff, Falcon 9 leaving Earth under 1.7 million pounds of thrust. We're throttling the 9 Merlin engines right now as we get ready for the period of a maximum dynamic pressure as the vehicle goes supersonic.
Vehicle is supersonic.
We've heard a call out, vehicle is supersonic. The Merlin engines have throttled back up. We're through the period of maximum dynamic pressure. We've heard call out, propulsion is nominal.
Minus 15 seconds.
Falcon 9 is the flight pressure.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
Vehicle pitching down range.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Falcon 9 is supersonic.
We are 1 minute and 7 seconds into flight, and as you can see, Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off. Coming up next, you'll hear max Q.
Vehicle is experiencing maximum dynamic pressure.
And as you just heard, the vehicle is experiencing maximum dynamic pressure. That's the point at which the stresses on the Falcon 9 are highest than they are at any other point during the flight.
Minus 15.
Roll for ignition.
10, 9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff of the mighty Delta IV Heavy rocket with NASA's Parker Solar Probe, a daring mission to shed light on the mysteries of our closest star, the Sun.
3R68 look good in the full thrust mode. "25 seconds into flight. Chamber pressures continue to look good on all 3 boosters. Now 35 seconds in. Chamber pressure on the core booster is throttling down to the partial thrust mode. Response looks good. Now 50 seconds into flight. Strap-on boosters look good in the full thrust mode. Core booster looks good in the partial thrust mode. Now 1 minute into flight. Vehicle trajectory looking good, right down the middle of the range track. 1 minute, 10 seconds into flight. Coming up on 1 minute, 19 seconds into flight, max Q, maximum dynamic pressure, and Mach 1, Delta IV is now supersonic.
À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Stop. Allumage P80 et décollage VV12 Aeolus. La propulsion est nominale. La trajectoire est nominale, la propulsion du P80 est nominale.
The DDO says all is fine on board. You saw Vega take off like a shot. I'm always amazed. It took her about 3 seconds to cross my computer screen here. 3 seconds, rising like an arrow. Surprisingly fast if you're used to watching the Ariane 5 liftoff. Ariane 5, of course, raises into the air much more slowly, weighs 6 times what Vega does, carrying 4 times as much propellant. Fine shots of her rising into the light clouds. All is well on board, says the DDO. Vega weighing 138 tons at liftoff, as she lifts off from French Guiana, beginning the 12th mission in her career.
Stage 1's at startup pressures.
T-minus 15 seconds.
Falcon 9's configured for flight.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff.
Vehicle pitching downrange.
Telemetry nominal.
47 seconds into flight, we just heard the tail end avionics call out nominal. Falcon 9 heading through the clouds at Cape Canaveral, powered on 1.7 million pounds of thrust. We're throttled down for passing through maximum dynamic pressure.
Vehicle supersonic.
We're supersonic, heading out of the Earth's atmosphere.
Vehicle has reached maximum aerodynamic pressure.
And now the call out, we're through the area of maximum aerodynamic pressure. As we get into the thinner areas of Earth's atmosphere, the loads are now decreasing on the Falcon 9.
15,
Topping, go.
14,
Green board.
13,
There's
12,
that green board call.
11,
that is great.
10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff of the final Delta II, launching nearly 3 decades of science research and exploration missions, lifting ISAT-2 on a quest to explore the polar ice sheets of our constantly changing home planet.
Now 27 seconds into flight. 30 seconds in, Mach 1, Delta II is now supersonic. Continuing to see good chamber pressure on the RS-27, both linear engines as well. Seeing consistent fuel and oxidizer injector pressures as well. And at T plus 46 seconds, max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. And at 57 seconds in, we have web burnout on the solid rocket motors, seeing good responses. And we have burnout on all 4 motors. And Delta will hold on to those motors for an additional 20 seconds prior to jettison. Now 1 minute, 20 seconds in, standing by for motor jettison. And we have good indication of jettison of all 4 solid rocket motors.
minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5 seconds.
Lift off normal.
जी हाँ, प्रक्षेपण बिल्कुल सामान। लगातार हमसे दूर जाता PSLV C-42 अंतरिक्ष के गहन अंधकार को प्रकाशित करता हुआ विस्तीर्ण और रमता में अटूट सन्नाटे को अपनी गर्जना से चीरता हुआ लक्ष्य की ओर सतत अग्रसर भारत का ये यान आज अपनी मौलिकता की अलिखित कहानी समूचे विश्व को सुनाने आसमान की गहराई में उतर जाना चाहता है। शायद इसीलिए PSLV यान प्रक्षेपण हेतु मानव निर्मित किन्हीं सीमाओं को न मानता है न जानता है। वो इन सब से परे सिर्फ समझता है तो अपने निर्धारित मापदंड।
The total mission duration is expected to be around 17 minutes and 44 seconds. You are in the first stage flight. The first stage is a solid stage.
Dolphin counting.
19、18、17、16、15、14、13、
Flight mode on.
9,
Turning the flight mode on.
駆動用電池起動。
Activating the thermal batteries.
4,
システム準備完了。
3, 2, 1.
We have no transmission.
And you see the liftoff of the HTV-7 vehicle making its way to the International Space Station right on time, carrying more than 5 tons of equipment, including new batteries for the space station's electrical power system and equipment that will help increase the International Space Station's science capabilities.
We have a liftoff of the H-IIb launch vehicle number 7 with Controller 7 aboard from the JAXA Tanegashima Space Center at 2:50 to 27 a.m. Japan Standard Time on September 23rd, 2018.
打ち上げ以降、ロケットの管制は吉信発射管制塔から竹崎総合司令塔に引き継がれています。
Following liftoff, the operation control of the launch vehicle has been switched from the blockhouse to the range control center.
Just over 1 minute into the flight of the HTV-7 transfer vehicle to the International Space Station. At the 2 minute and 6 second mark, we will see the solid rocket boosters, the 4 solid rocket boosters at the base of the H-IIb rocket, separate from the rocket.
À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage EAP et décollage VA 243 ceinture Ariane 5. Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux. La propulsion est nominale. Trajectoire toujours nominale. Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux, la propulsion est nominale. La propulsion est nominale.
arrive the 100th launch today. There she is, blazing a trail across the night skies here at the Arianespace Center. I have to tell you that it's really remarkable seeing that with your own eyes and hearing it. You can actually feel the vibration. Coming up on separation of the boosters, hopefully we will see that with our own eyes. We've been very lucky to have such beautiful clear skies tonight.
Séparation des deux EAP.
And we have confirmation there of the separation of the two boosters. So we are shedding weight. They burnt their propellant. We don't need them anymore. And you can see them there. Those two dots going to the right and left.